U.S. Farm Report from the 2022 Commodity Classic is brought to you by Golden Harvest. Everything we offer is an answer to what we've heard from you. This is how we listen. By New Holland, your partner for every season. Visit newholland.com to learn more. By Taranis, the only crop intelligence platform that delivers end-to-end leaf-level insights that simplify management and improve the bottom line. And by the United Soybean Board, your soy checkoff, moving soy forward, moving you forward.
Welcome back to U.S. Farm Report this weekend for our live taping in Commodity Classic here in New Orleans. We have Chip Flory, Chip Nellinger, and Arlen Suderman joining us today. All right, a lot to talk about, but this week, Chip, it's almost like we forgot there was a USDA report. I mean, not a lot of buzz leading up to it, not a lot of buzz after it, but were there any big shocks in that report this week from USDA?
No, I don't think there were any huge shocks. We saw the increase in the corn exports. That may have surprised some people. It pulled that carryover down to a level 1.44 billion bushels that I think is kind of on the edge of a little too snug for the market. It makes the supply side guys a little concerned going into the 2022-23 growing season. That's our supply side cushion. It's not very big.
Yeah, it's not very big. When you look at also South America, though, some cuts, but not a lot. And you have some forecasts out there. Ag Resource Company came out with a forecast of 119.5, under 120 for Brazil, and we're nowhere near that from USDA.
We're not, but we saw a 7.5 million ton cut by the USDA to the Brazil crop. I think the market's trading well beyond that, maybe in the 120 or slightly under range. I think the key is, though, that's a pretty large cut for 1 month, and they had a dramatic cut, the month before as well. So the USDA usually takes a more conservative approach to that, and the fact that they've cut it so dramatically the last couple of months, probably the market kind of has it right in that 120-ish range would be my guess.
Okay, yeah, typically they do take a more conservative approach. But Arlen, where does Stone X stand at this point when it comes to South America? And do you think USDA will be forced to make more cuts in the coming months?
Yeah, absolutely. Our customer survey, which we do each month, is at 121.2 million metric tons and continuing to go down. And USDA kind of came out of last month's report looking bad with CONAB coming out the next day way below them. They did again. I'd say USDA needs to start catching up. The fact that they're making big cuts, it just shows how bad it is down there. Farmers are not selling. And I think the biggest evidence of how bad it is the fact that we've gone through a period where in the middle, the gut slot of harvest, where their basis at the ports was stronger than U.S. Gulf. And so that's why we had the big weekly export sales report come out this week. During that period of time, huge soybean sales because we were the cheap source.
Yeah, and I think the number of sales that we're seeing on 22-23 crop beans, it's evidence that the whole world is concerned about the supply of soybeans going forward.
And all USDA has done so far is decrease Chinese imports, but where's those soybeans going to come from? They haven't decreased demand that much. And so eventually you're going to have to account for that. Stocks at the ports for the crushers are only at 6.8 million metric tons. The other 33 million metric tons they say China has, I'm not sure where all those are. A lot of that's food grade, grown locally, and not available for the crushers.
But all of this has really taken a backseat to everything happening in Ukraine. And so we haven't really talked about this a lot. But if we are that short on our crop in South America, Chip, it seems like there could be a lot of upside potential for soybean prices. Do you think so?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that to these guys' point, it's shrinking supply. And the fact that China is rushing almost on a daily basis to buy our new crop beans, I think is evidence of that. Arlen mentioned, our beans already more competitive with South America. And then you throw this whole Ukrainian thing in there. It's just, there's untold issues that some of which we haven't even thought about. Can they get the crop in the ground? 6% of the world sun oil exports come from there, among a lot of other things.
Right.
And so it's just a major disruption, and end users are scrambling right now.
Well, and we're going to talk about that in the next roundtable. But real quick, when it comes to acreage, do you think that those decisions are locked in right now, Chip, or do you think we will see a big shift in acres this year?
No, I don't think we're going to see a big shift at that 90-90 number, I think, is kind of where everybody's focused in on right now.
Right.
89-91 on 91 on the corn side. I think that's kind of where we're at.
Chip Nellinger?
Probably the opposite. I do think there's been a shift to more beans. I'd probably be, 89-ish corn, 89.5, 91 beans.
Okay, and Arlen, I know you've done some surveys.
91.5 corn is where I'm at right now, 89.7 soybeans.
Is wheat buying any acres?
Actually, it's starting to struggle to even hold on to acres right now. There's enough competition from other crops. And now with the sunflower oil situation, even in northern plains, the oils are becoming more competitive. Right.
Well, there's a lot to unpack in the situation in Ukraine, so we're going to do that in our second roundtable. But we need to take a quick break, and then we'll have much more right here on U.S. Farm Report.